Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa. I am the reclusive reader and I am back with my March 2025 reading roundup. I've been just taking it bit by bit every month this year, and I know it seems like a lot because I read 10 books January and February. I read 9 books in March. I just like incorporate reading into my life, like audiobooks during the day and like putting my kids to sleep, and ebook. I'm like, I can't read a physical book around my kids, so I do ebooks a lot, and then physical books when I can relax. I feel like I read a nice mix of romance, fantasy, and a little bit of mystery vibes in there. Let me know if you read any of the books that I've read during the month of March. Let me know what your favorite book that you read during the month of March is. I'd love to know and grow my never-ending TBR pile, or maybe we could talk about because maybe we like it the same. I'm going to go through all the books, all 9 books that I read during the month of March. First up, it's an ARC. It's called Twisted Mates by Crystal J. Johnson and Felicity Vaughn. I am part of their street team and their ARC reading team because I just, not only is Crystal so good on her own, with Felicity and her like coming together to work on this stuff is making it so incredibly good. This was a amazing paranormal romance, had like this like mate bonding issue going on. As you see, it's twisted mates, so you got like that whole thing going on, which is so worth it. So if you're into like a paranormal romance read vibe, like a wolf shifter, and like it's definitely really badass at parts, and like it was so action-packed, it kept me hooked. So I just devoured their books. And yeah, this was Twisted Mates by Crystal J. Johnson and Felicity Vaughn, and I gave it a 4-star, and it was, I would say it was like medium spicy. Like it definitely had some amazing spice scenes, so I would definitely check it out if it sounds good to you. Next up, we have my physical read. This was from the Probably Smut book box back in, I think it was February's. It's Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. Now, I am not like a huge Ali fan. This is the 3rd book I got and read by her. The first one was Bride, and I just wasn't a big fan of it. Please don't come at me. It just wasn't my favorite. But then I read Not in Love, and that was really good. I was really hooked into the story. And then I got this, and me and my one friend were like itching over it because we just absolutely loved the like cover and stuff when we were getting it in the box. And I freaking loved this book. I ate it up. I have seriously so many little tabs. I even got little page layovers from the Probably Smut. They had one in the next month, and I'll show you one because the other one's not. So that's like the one scene, and I was just obsessed. I'm not going to show the other scene. It was the locker room scene. If you know, you know. This book, it was a little like, it's definitely character driven, so you have to be into the characters, because if not, I could see how someone would maybe think it would drag a little or something. But I used to swim growing up, so I was kind of into this. So I was like hooked, and I love the concept. And I think this was like Allie's first like little kinky like BDSM book, and I was here for it. I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I just like, there was the main plot point I knew was coming, and I didn't like it. And that was the only issue I had with it. I did not get a half star because I just like wasn't a huge fan of it. But it kept the story unique, and I really enjoyed the rest of it. So 4.5 out of 5 stars, high spice. Check the trigger warnings because it's a spicy one, but it's worth it. So Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. The next one is Ruby's Growing Pains by Deborah O.E. And this is someone that reached out to me on Instagram to read and review her book, and the author did herself. So I read it. It was a very quick read. It kind of follows a mother and a daughter, and like the daughter going through puberty. So it's a really good for women and young women in the world. Like I wish I would have read this like in like middle school or something. Like it probably would have helped out a little bit. But yeah, Ruby's Growing Pains, it's like a very simple, if you have women, if you're a woman and you have children, especially girls, definitely recommend this. I gave it 4-star, and yeah, it was just a generally well-around, quick and nice and easy read. The next book is The Games Gods Play by Abigail Owen, and the second book comes out soon, and I'm really excited for it because that ending was absolutely insane. I absolutely love the whole, like, the world vibe there. It was like, almost gave like a Hunger Games world, like, but it was controlled by gods, and then the gods played the game and the people died. So, like, yeah, and it's about like who becomes the god. But yeah, I thought it was, if you're not into the whole games trope, this would not be for you, but I really enjoyed it. I thought Lyra, the female main character, I loved her attitude, I loved her motivations, I loved her growth. By the end of it, I was just invested in her story, which is why I'm so excited for the next book. And then don't even get me started on Hades, because morally gray is an understatement. And then that ending, like, I literally can't even think about it right now. It really was the games that the gods, Hades, was playing. For real. Like, it was crazy, action packed. By the end, I'm ready for book 2 when it comes out. The Games That Gods Play by Abigail Owens, I gave it a 4-star. I really enjoyed it, but didn't, like, I'm not obsessed with her or anything, but I am really excited for the next book. And I would say spice was like a low to medium. I think there was like one spicy scene, but it was worth it. It was worth it. So The Games That Gods Play, 4 stars. Next up, we have my favorite book of the month, and I cannot wait to talk about it. It is an ARC, Hazelthorn by C.G. Drews, and it comes out this year on October 28th. And you are going to want to grab this because it is going to be the ultimate spooky season read this year. I'm already calling it, because the romance representation is just, oh my gosh, it's just amazing through and through. And the whole plot of the story, like, CG knows how to twist you up. Like, you're gonna really be thinking one thing, and she is just it's gonna be something else, like, you did not see coming, and you're just gonna be like, oh, staring at the floor after. I literally feel like there were so many times, like, I just put it down. I'm like, I just need to think about this for a minute, because this is wild. Because of it, I'm going to be in my forest rotting era this fall. That's going to be my vibe. All green, all forest, all rot, and I'm here for it. It's literally a spooky, like, garden haunted house vibes, yet a murder mystery, all in the same one. It is the ultimate book. I am so obsessed with it. I thought Don't Let the Forest In was good. I think this one tops it. I really think this one tops it. I am just obsessed with it. So Hazelthorn by C.G. Drews. Spice, I would say low if any. I think they might have kissed. I think that's it. But I love it. I love that she doesn't have that, like, spice like that. It makes it so unique, and it focuses on, like, the things, like, it needs to focus on. I can't rave about this book any more than I already am, because I just love it. So Hazelthorn by C.G. Drews, give it a 5 stars. It was almost an infinity. I haven't hit an infinity yet. It was almost an infinity. Coming on October 28th, 2025. Make sure to check it out. The next book up is What I Ate in a Year by Stanley Tucci. I got it on Audible, like, on a sale, the winter sale, for like a couple bucks. And because I just enjoy his TikToks and stuff, that's where I like saw him. And then it made me realize he's in, like, so many things. Like, he's like, oh, that guy from there. Oh, that's Stanley Tucci. You know what I mean? Like, he's in the Hunger Games. He's the guy in the Lovely Bones, which I want to watch again because I just picked up first edition of that. But I just thought he did such a unique way of kind of doing, like, a biography, a year in his life, but through food in a way. It was very unique, and I thought it was very informative. And boy, was I hungry eating this. But I can't make all his fancy stuff. Like, it's fancy, but it definitely made me want to, like, cook some stuff up and become a chef. I didn't fall in love with it, but I gave it a 4 stars. 4 out of 5 stars. Obviously no spice, but yeah, Stanley Tucci, What I Ate in 1 Year. All right, next up is Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. This is the final book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and 5 stars. 5 stars. This had me, her book, these seriously always have me in a chokehold from the beginning. Like, she really doesn't play around. Like, I guess it would say it's plot driven. Like, it is like thing after thing after thing and just going and going and going. Like, I just couldn't believe it half of the time. I found this book out of the other two, this one seemed to have more like quotable things for me in it. I don't know if it's just like her growth as a writer. I found in like the first and second book, I didn't like find so much like quotable stuff, but this one was it. Aaliyah's growth, her growth in this, right from the beginning, when she's like down in there and she's like, I am the son summoner, we're gonna do what I say. I'm like, yes, Aaliyah, yes, like let's go. Like, this is what we need. Like, we're in charge. Let's go mess some stuff up. We gotta do the ending. Well, first I was like about my boy Nikolai, because I got the Six of Crows and the King of Stars on deck already. When that happened, Nikolai, I was crazy, and now I know why he's the King of Scars, and I cannot wait to read that, dive into his realm. Like, I'm so excited. Like, but there's a couple other books I'm working on before diving back in, and I want to do Six of Crows before King of Scars. But then the ending was just such a happily ever after. Like, this is just the perfect little icing on the cake, bow ribbon on top of the present ending. It was just so satisfying and sweet. I would recommend the Shadow and Bone trilogy to any romantasy reader. Don't watch the Netflix series. Maybe do that second. I want to do that maybe after I finish Six and Crows, because I heard they like mix that in. But yeah, loved Ruin and Rising, the perfect ending to the trilogy. So much stuff I didn't see coming, and highly recommend. I gave it 5 stars and no spice. Highly would recommend the Ruin and Rising, especially the Shadow and Bone trilogy. Next up, we have Voyage of the Damned by Frances White, and look how absolutely stunning those edges are. The whole book itself is just so pretty, and then the inside, and then the map is actually really pretty too. Really like it. But so this is like a fantasy mystery, Voyage of the Damned. It's like, so all the provinces are like broken up in animals, so that's why it's like a fish is like the main character. Gandaminius, we call him D. I think I'm butchering the Gandaminius thing, but D, and he's from the fish province, and obviously like they think they're like smelly little fish. But boy, does he prove wrong. It had a great queer representation. D's arc was just all wild. The twist is, when people die in books, I'm such a sucker. Like, I'm like, okay, they're dead. Like, I'm such a sucker. And then they always come back to life. So I found this to be super entertaining because D was just really funny. And then he kind of like takes this like younger girl from the Grasshopper province like under like his wing, so them two together were just like really funny. So it just made him kind of trying to figure out the murders and stuff, just made it like super interesting. And then happens in the ending I would have never seen coming, and I was just so incredibly satisfied by the ending. So if you like kind of like a romantasy fantasy with some mystery and stuff, I would totally recommend Voyage of the Damned by Frances White. I gave it 4.5 stars, and I would say low spice, some kissing and stuff, but nothing too crazy. Last but not least, we got when I finished right in the ticker on the 31st. Was it 31st?
So you know how you love me because you haven't had a single meeting with anyone since I became your assistant? That's because every time someone calls and requests a meeting with you, I always schedule it for March 31st.
Why?
Because I didn't think March 31st existed.
So right in the ticker, I finished up The Housemaid is Watching by Freida McFadden. I officially finished the Housemaid series, and I know a lot of people didn't like this book. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because I was like real angry at the beginning. Like, I'm like, Enzo, what are you doing? I'm like angry, I'm upset. And then I figure out what happened. I'm like, oh, well, first off, like, I would have been guessed something if I was Millie because of what was going on with the son. Like, I was very satisfied by the ending. I thought it was a great ending to the whole series. I don't think I would always be down for another one, honestly. Like, I'm not even lying. Like, I would totally be down for one because I just think this one was unique. I think people maybe like read them all too fast or something, because I thought this was a really fun take on it, and the twists were twisting, and I love how they incorporated other books into it. If you know, you know. I don't want any spoilers. The Housemaid is Watching, I gave it a 4 stars. It was good. I'm glad the series is over. I'm ready to put it to rest, but I enjoyed it all, and I would totally recommend it for any like beginner thriller series and stuff. So The Housemaid is Watching by Freida McFadden, I gave it 4 stars. All right, and that is a wrap. I read over 3,300 pages during the month of March, and my average rating was a 4.25. So that's pretty thing for me, because I try to read, you know, books that I'm into and keep me hooked and stuff. Like if I'm not like feeling it, like I will DNF, or like I won't even start reading it. I also saved $45 using my Libby app. So if you have a local library, you don't even need to go in. Like obviously you need to go in to get the card, but like once you have the card, you can just do everything in the Libby app, and you can hear audiobooks, ebooks. I freaking love it. I can't believe I save so much every month. So that is my March roundup. Thank you all for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave me a comment if you read any of these books. Let me know your thoughts. I want to know if you disagree with me. We can have a very friendly conversation about that. I'm all about it. Let me know what your favorite read from the month of March was from your TBR. Mine was Hazelthorn, and I cannot wait for it to come out. So yeah, so thanks for being here. Make sure to like and subscribe.